that it makes now. What the fuck is that? Hold on. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Priscilla the Squidzilla. And I am the lovely Gal Robinson. This is the BREWDCAST. With us tonight is, of course, the disappointed dad, Town Drunk. How you doing, Town?
I quit.
Is Town dead?
And also with us
Doing
tonight,
his famous I quit bit.
also with us tonight, the lovely Leon Robinson. Say hi, Leon.
Hi, Leon.
Well done.
Well done.
It's going to be a fucking gem. I can already tell. This
I
is gonna be
do
a fucking
believe
gem.
that the cool kids call what you just did mewing. Just saying. So we just had a pay-per-view. It is called... Hold on, I gotta check my sheet. It's not actually written here.
Double or nothing.
Oh yeah, Double or Nothing. Not Forbidden
It
Door.
was the fifth
So
anniversary
fucking
of
professional.
Double or Nothing.
Yeah, which meant
So
that we had to
fucking professional.
sit in front of a screen for 5 hours. So do we just want to go through it? Or do we want to talk about Dynamite? Do we want to...
Dynamite was wild.
It was.
I don't know why Will Ospreay is fighting for the world title already.
Yeah. Particularly
That caught
at
me
Forbidden Door.
completely off guard.
It's... So that Casino Battle Royale has taught me two things. Number one, I want to see Will Ospreay against pretty much everybody who is in that match. Because I think he would have excellent matches with any of those guys. But particularly Pac and Shuda. Like, those two would be awesome.
I want to see him and Orange go at it again.
Absolutely.
Because I think
Absolutely.
Orange is a much bigger star now. I think that match could be
Mm-hmm.
that could be a really good match. Ospreay's so good. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, he's absurd, dude.
And
The amount of money they paid him, they should have paid him 8 times more.
mm-hmm.
That's how fucking good he is.
He's going to run the company. Like, him and MJF are their top guys right now. The other thing that I learned from that Casino Royale was that I want to see Will Ospreay be the new belt collector. I want to see him get, and I don't know if they're going to do that. If they're going to give him the world title this early, but he's on a run, and it
He's the
sure
best
looks
thing.
like they might.
He's so good right now.
He is.
I don't know. I don't think you can take it off Swerve yet. I think you really would do damage to Swerve, but I sit there and I think WWE, 2009 WWE, they would make something happen where he didn't get the title shot. They'd pull it off of him somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But that match, if they go through with it, will be fucking bonkers.
It will. Yeah.
Totally fucking bonkers.
And this is what we've been asking for, the three of us.
Yep.
I guess hoping for.
I saw somewhere that there was a bunch of WBD execs in house at Fiserv, so they were trying to kind of show all the goods, really sell them on things.
That main event was incredible. I was looking at it, I'm like, all these guys in this ring doing this shit. These guys are fucking great. This match is off the fucking charts.
But those kinds of matches don't tend to be very good because they tend to be kind of a circus. They throw people out there and hope that they do good shit, like Lance Archer and Swerve and this guy and that guy, and they don't really mesh. But they had the roster that they had on this gauntlet. I was just sitting there going, I want to see that matchup. I want to see that matchup. I want to see that matchup. Like, all of them are excellent, and some of them are not recognized well enough.
I think one thing that AEW is starting to do is they're starting to trim a little bit of the fat.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're starting to Jake Hager's no longer in AEW.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think stuff like that, not that he was terrible, but he wasn't doing anything. So you have these guys that show up randomly, like Jake Hager will show up every 3 months and get this weird push for 2 days before he puts somebody over. what's the point?
Mhm.
You know, so I think that's good. And they're starting to get some stars that I think Gal kind of hit the nail on the head. These are people we want to see have matches because they have incredible fucking matches.
Ethan Page too. I was thinking about that today, and I feel like a lot of WWE heads would say, "Oh my God, we're getting all these AEW stars." You know, like they're finally jumping ship. They realize that AEW is going downhill, and I think actually what's happening is Tony Khan is recognizing that he has too big of a fucking roster. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just fucking up, and these guys are. But ultimately,
he
it's
had
too
so
big of
many
a
guys.
roster.
He had so many guys that were there from the start that he was like really loyal to that are now gone. Which sounds terrible, but some of them just weren't. They never found it. Like Joey Janela, I love Joey Janela, but AEW needs to let him go. I mean, they just did. And I think that's a two-way street because I think when people were leaving WWE, was it WWE's terrible and they're going to go out of business, or was it just these people need to go? They have too many people and they're not doing anything with them. It's kind of the same concept. It's like the shoes slept
that they didn't have anything to do with them, and yeah.
This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I think Danhausen would also benefit from that. From going
I think he's gone.
He's well, if he's not gone, I think it would be smart of him to keep doing what he's doing. Jump around on the indies, maybe wind up in TNA or GCW. Like, I think he would be great in GCW. And yeah, maybe he'll come back to AEW, but I think they're not doing anything with him. He should go hone his craft.
Every time that they do something with him, he gets hurt.
Yeah. But then when he comes back, they kind of peter out.
I mean, it's like he came in, he was hurt. He had like a match or two, and then he was hurt again.
He had that run with Orange.
Now, right?
He had that run with Orange where they were the tag team that was pretty good, and they were starting to get behind him. But then he got hurt right away. Hookhausen, but he got hurt right after Hookhausen too. So he just can't stay healthy.
Fuck, I forgot about those too. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think he's an NXT guy. I don't think they'd know how to use him.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they would, because they're starting to do some good shit over there. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, but he's really far out of the mold.
No, I think you're right there.
Yeah. He's really far out of the mold, and I think he's got some crazy ideas.
Yeah, and their whole thing about wanting to own all the IP and the characters and everything.
I suppose if I'm Danhausen, I'm gonna make more money just being fucking Danhausen than I am going to WWE getting Reign and like something really fucking stupid. Like Dan Meyer.
Yeah, because I mean, like he trademarked his fucking face paint and everything.
Oh, cool!
Like,
good.
Maybe he could come in.
Don't
trademark copyrighted.
I have
one
something
of those,
bad. I have something bad to say. Maybe he could come in as Dan Duggan, Jim Duggan's long lost son, and he could bring back the fucking Jim Duggan gimmick while he wore the Danhausen face paint as fucking Danhausen. Danhausen acts like Jim Duggan.
No. He needs to do the Danhausen as normal human person, and go out there and go, oh.
Be great. It'd be great. It'd be fucking great.
I think that he needs to act like a normal human person, but still have the face
now paint. I need to see this.
Hacksaw
Jim. No.
Hacksaw Jim Danhausen.
He's got to do the fucking normal human face paint thing. Oh my god, I need this now. God damn it, town.
What if he did like the Lex Express, but it was the Danhausen Express, but it was just the same gimmick?
Let's do it.
He body slammed a large Samoan, and then they just put him in the bus, and then he went to SummerSlam and won by count out.
Who's the smallest of the bloodline? Jimmy? Jay?
I mean, there's a lot of Samoans.
Does The Rock have any grandchildren or great grandchildren that we know of?
No, just children at this point.
Okay. His
daughter's in NXT.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah. I don't.
Are we?
Now I need them to start this whole angle by him body slamming Rocky's daughter.
And then she just beats the fuck out of him.
That's how this needs to start. That is how this needs to start.
He does it like by a cheap shot, and she just beats the fuck out of him. And then he gets on his bus and like drives away. That's the last you see of him until SummerSlam.
Just come back as previously previously shitty 90s gimmicks. Danhausen is T.L. Hopper, the plumber.
Oh,
Danhausen is Isaac Yankum, DDS. Oh, that would be great.
Hopperhausen
stuff. That could be amazing.
Actually, that one there could be perfect because he needs the teeth, right? So maybe he has an alter ego who's the dentist who gets the teeth. Just saying.
None of this is a bad idea. I mean, I think all of it is, but none of it's a bad idea. Not to stray from the fact that we don't know what we're talking about, but were we talking about Dynamite still?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Or do we just want to go into the pay-per-view?
Let's go to
one more thing about Dynamite. One more thing about Dynamite. Having Mercedes Moné wrestle, brilliant, because I don't hate her as much.
She's not as aggravating.
No, because she just can't cut a promo.
Well, one more thing about Mercedes Moné wrestling. She needs to shit can that fucking finisher.
I'm with you. It's
so bad, dude.
I don't get it. I don't get her finisher.
It's so bad. Me neither. She can't hit it so it looks like it's anything. It's terrible. Like, I know she wanted to change up, like, go back to the fucking Backstabber and Bank Statement and rename them with the new gimmick names or come up with something else.
It could always be worse. I can think of a worse finisher.
For her?
Like that what? I've seen worse finishers in my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair.
Like Orgasmo's chokeslam.
Ouch.
I'm kidding.
I mean, I knew you were going right there. I
thought you were going to say Phantasmo's butt crack.
I was kind of hopeful that, it was going to be working up to something else.
What about Phantasmo, the wrestler, the magician in WWE, whose finisher was...
Oh,
I have your underwear.
Pulls out your underwear and then rolls you up.
We have already spent too much time on this podcast talking about Phantasmo.
I don't think we've spent enough.
I
don't think
I'm with you, Tom.
Oh, damn it.
Need I mention Battle Cat in his cat cradle? Love me some Battle Cat.
Again.
Love me some Battle Cat.
Fire.
Battle Cat is the official mascot of the BREWDCAST. I've said it. There you go. You should like that. You like cats. Like, why are you arguing
now
that?
I'm going to have to do that. It's fair.
Leon gets it now. Leon's on board.
All right, Double or Nothing?
Okay. All right. I accept this.
Welcome to the Double or Nothing card presented by Battle Cat.
We can't say that because Battle Cat doesn't pay us.
I'm pretty sure Battle Cat's dead.
Oh. Well, that would make it more difficult.
I'm pretty sure it was Brady Boone, and I think he's dead. Yeah, Brady Boone was Battle Cat.
Okay.
He died in 1998. He was very young.
Yeah.
40.
Yeah.
Long live Battle Cat. Okay, what are we doing?
So the first match of the night was Deonna Purrazzo versus...
Deonna Purrazzo.
I thought this match was good.
It was sick, and it reminded me a lot of the Deeb Sheeta feud from a couple years ago. And I hope they keep running with it.
One thing I'll say about this show is that the women's matches on the show were better than they have been in a long, long time.
Well, because they gave them time. Like,
yes,
they all had more than 10 minutes. Like Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa was like 10 minutes and 15 seconds according to Wikipedia, but still.
Wikipedia.
It's
made by a guy named Rick. It's what we use. We don't use Wikipedia.
It's actually just a guy on the corner. He tells me things.
Rick. Yeah, Rick's right.
Rick.
100% of the time, 11% of the time. Leon's doing math. He's going to have a stroke.
I thought this was a sick match. Deonna Purrazzo, amazing. Thunder Rosa, amazing. I think they both showcased each other very well. I don't think either one of them held back. And I think that right there is a big issue that I've had with AEW in the past is that they've held back the women's wrestling. In that, like the women who like are strong style and like do that sort of stiff wrestling weren't really allowed to do that, and now they are, and you can see it. Like, it's awesome. I love it.
May I piggyback onto that and say, Tony, I need Willow. I need Willow and Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
Give me a best of 7. Just let those two go beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah,
Everybody will be happy.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Let's do that.
Sign me up with that. That's a good idea. I agree. We all agree on that one unanimously.
Absolutely.
That's huge. That's huge here on the BREWDCAST, brought to you by Battle.
Gimme. Gimme.
So the next match, the Acclaimed, which was Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, and Daddy Ass, defeated Cage of Agony, which was Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony. For Max Caster, this is Toa Leona and Bishop Khan. I just want to point out, I very much appreciated Excalibur saying there's no kink shaming here in AEW. That's maybe my favorite line of the night.
Max brought the fucking fire on.
That's my second favorite line of the night. Taz's in the main event would be.
I want to say Collision.
What about Collision? Sorry, you were both talking.
Sorry, I apologize. Max's rap on Collision during like that was that 4-way tag match.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, he could still bring that shit. All right,
he's good.
Made me happy.
He's still damn good.
That was fine.
I
didn't think a lot of it.
It was fine. Yeah, it was nice to see the Acclaimed out there. Cage of Agony, I think, still needs some work. I don't know if it's not work. It's just they need to fit somewhere, right? Yeah. It was fine.
Who was that town? What was your line of the night from Taz? I'm sorry.
We'll talk about it in the main event. You're gonna have to wait.
Okay, gotcha. Fair enough.
So the next match, Will Ospreay defeated Roderick Strong for the International Championship. Why are you shaking? That's what happened. Will Ospreay is the International Champion.
That match was fucking unbelievable.
It was.
That match was unbelievable. That match was so fucking good.
Especially considering two people almost died like 3 minutes into it.
Oh, God. That was such a bad idea.
That fucking doomsday device to the outside.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't a bad idea. It just got fucked up. And
yeah, the execution.
Yeah.
Like, did he hit his... I think he caught his foot on the rope or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. And, like, came down instead of across.
I was concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they all lived.
And I was concerned as well.
This match was great. I think Ospreay.
Yeah, the rest of the match was fucking amazing.
I think Ospreay winning is just, you can't really have him lose.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious where they're going. I'm curious what they're going to do with Roddy now.
I thought if anything, it was going to be. I think we said it the other time. I thought it was going to be some fuckery, and just to keep him off of that belt scene and just let him go up to the world title. But he's going to be a belt collector now.
It could be. I could see that.
Yeah.
And then maybe he tags with Kyle Fletcher and they win the tag titles. I don't know. And then they turn on Don Callis. Why not?
And then they team up with Takeshita and they get the trios belts.
Yes. I like this.
Fuck them for it. I am for it. I like it.
Just all the belts.
I like it.
the unified trios belts, no less. So he's going to have 3 belts. And just having 1 belt. He gets 3. Why not? So after...
I love that they got the original belt, the original pair of belts, and then they have the unified one that represents the other 2, but they still carry out all 3.
The Acclaimed ones, and Jesus. It's so ridiculous.
They're amazing. They're fucking amazing.
I love
Oh,
these
it's
guys.
fucking great, dude.
So up next was Adam Cole. Came out and had a little segment. It was fine, I guess. Whatever. We could probably just move on. The next fucking MJF came back. We got to double back.
That fucking MJF.
This was the MJF
that pop, that fucking crowd. That's their guy.
As soon as that package,
Cole's response to the music starting and everything, he's like, "Oh fuck."
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
He made it even better. He did a really good job there.
MJF's their guy. Like
shit.
the pop that man got, the way the crowd just ate it up, and the turn that character took was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing about this was bad. I thought this was like, I look back on this show, and the show had a lot of moments. This felt like the biggest moment to me, because I think it kind of helps give them that superstar draw that they haven't had since December.
Yeah. When he left, I assume is what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
August.
Troll.
Thank you, Gal. Thank you.
It's undeniable. I'm sorry. He's their star. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Oh, for sure.
He's
no
in
argument.
He's got he's got the friendship layer still, but he's like disbanded. Like he's got little bits of that, but he's now like added on an extra. Like he just keeps adding on layers. And yeah, he's 26, so he's gonna do that. But like,
friendship with Adam Cole ended. Now friends with nobody.
Driven by hate. And that line, that line.
I mean, that's just
because I'm not fucking leaving. That's just amazing.
Yeah, it was a good segment. That was to me, that was the best thing they did all night, and they did a lot of good shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, young Maxwell did quite well there.
Absolutely, he did. The next match, the Bang Bang Gang defeats Death Triangle, which fucking hell. Like I saw it coming, but fuck that. Juice came back, which is cool. This was a great lucha style match. Anyway, thoughts? I don't know.
It was good. It was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
The Bang Bang Gang, they couldn't lose. They had to win. This is kind of the flaw with Death Triangle. They always end up in this spot where they're fighting champions that are too new or something like that. They never kind of get their own moment. But the match was good. Like the match was great. Juice coming back, I loved it. I thought this was a good match.
And it's not just as a trios either, because like it happens with Pac. It happens with the Lucha Brothers. Like
they're like your not run of the mill because it's not what they are, but like they're that upper mid card that just can't get to that next. They're always just there knocking on the door and they can never get through. And I don't know why, because they're all good.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like, I mean, obviously they haven't been in like 18 months or so because of various injuries, but they're kind of like how Nyla Rose for the women's championship and then Lance Archer for the men's championship were when they first started out. Like that was the first big challenge for like every championship.
I think they get titles. I think they get a little
feels
more.
Like they are that for the trios.
They get a little more time and they get a little more of a push to that. They don't just get pulled out randomly. They get a little bit more.
That's fair.
But it's very similar. They're not going to win 99% of the time.
Yeah, but they're gonna put on a good match. They're gonna make the champs look strong. They're gonna look good in the process.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what you're gonna get there, and it's gonna be good.
It's true. True. So the next match.
Tell me when I am telling lies.
Are you just gonna do this all night?
Earlier when you said that the Star Power was gone in August.
Zing.
My whole goal tonight is just to pop Gal. I'm good.
Chicago Phil saw his shadow and ran away because he was scared.
So anyway.
Pepsi Phil town. It is Pepsi Phil.
Chicago Phil is a totally different guy. Chicago Phil, he's friends with Ricky down the corner.
We don't fuck with We don't fuck with Chicago Phil.
Yeah, he's fucking nuts. He's always on cocaine and shit. And he like runs around with a broken bottle. Just don't go near him.
He's straight edge.
No. That's Pepsi Phil. Chicago Phil. Cocaine lines.
His mirror is straight edge.
He's got toxic shock syndrome because he forgot to replace his tampon.
That is not true. Again, you're just talking about the wrong Phil.
That's Chicago Phil.
That's Pepsi Phil.
So the next match...
He also went to the beach and got a little sand in his vagina. Can't get it out. Pretty grumpy about it.
That's a bitch. Next match is Timeless Toni Storm defeating. Who did she defeated Serena Deeb? This is a good match. It was a good match,
but it was so predictable. It was like the ending was it was too predictable.
Yeah,
like we knew what was going to happen, but the match was good.
Yeah,
they let him go. I mean, this was when I figured the show was going to be really long because like normally they would give this like 5 to 7 minutes, and they went for a bit. They got over 10, and it was a great fucking match.
15, they got.
Yeah, it was a great fucking match. So I have no qualms with that.
Which is, I mean, that's what we said. We said that Serena Deeb and Timeless Toni Storm, the build-up was kind of wonky and weird because the whole Serena Deeb promo that was trying to make her a face, and then they had the match, and we're like, this is fine. This is good. We're like, who cares about the story? This was a great fucking match because they're both awesome.
Yep.
That fucking that ending sequence was Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That whole match was. Then again,
Yeah.
I just like I said before, the women went all out on the show. They got the time to do it, and they did not disappoint, which makes me think, like, going back, why didn't we just give them time before?
Fucking Avalanche Storm Zero.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
It was so good.
Uh-huh.
So savage.
And then she
so
followed
good.
it up with a second one. Like, God damn, Tony.
And then Serena
Gotta
Deeb
be
died.
sure.
Not really. She's fine.
Uh-huh.
So the next match, Orange Cassidy defeating Trent Beretta by pinfall in a grudge match. This was awesome. Like,
It was a good match.
Are we shocked? But
I wasn't figuring out what they were doing, but I kind of at the same time I thought that Trent was going to be the one to go with Callis. Like, that makes sense to me since the beginning. But I thought that something would happen at the pay-per-view, not tonight. The match was great. I think these two can have a drawn-out feud, and I think that would be good for AEW right now. Let these guys kind of have a blood feud for a while, because I think it'll elevate them both. I'm surprised Orange won. I don't think he needed to, but I guess okay.
it gives.
I guess it kind
Trent...
of makes them even, like, 1-1 right now.
Oh yeah.
No, they're not. Orange won them both.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Orange won the first match. He pinned him.
Oh, the stair thing was after?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my bad.
That was after Orange beat him. And Orange also beat him. They had a match once for the international title, and Orange beat him. So I don't know if they're trying to pull the Pac thing where he finally gets the win over Orange, and then.
Ooh.
Maybe.
I mean, it also fuels that, like, that Trent inferiority.
It gives him more reason to hate him.
Yeah.
My concern is that Tony Khan loves Orange Cassidy more than Town, I think, which is saying something. But I think sometimes he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to, like, take that star power away from Orange Cassidy and have him put somebody over that's like a lesser star. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's somebody that's above him, he'll have him lose. But usually if it's somebody below him, he's not really been the guy that he'll pull a good match out of him, but he always wins those matches. And I think right now, with Trent, I think Trent needs to beat Orange. I really do. This is not going to hurt Orange, because Orange is kind of, you do 3 things right with Orange like 3 weeks in a row. And he's right back where he was every single time. Like, not even 3. Sometimes it's just like one little promo or one little segment, one thing, and he's right back there. So I think he can kind of eat this one, because I think it'd be good for Trent, because I think Trent's got a lot to give.
Yeah. I also just think, like, I can see what, like, I hope what ultimately happens is that Trent gets his moment, he beats Orange Cassidy, and then he just fucks him up. Because I could see that happening, and Trent just fucks him up, and then Trent is up there. Like, Trent, that could propel Trent immensely, in much the same way as what you're talking about, the Pac Orange Cassidy feud.
Yep, if you do it right, it works.
So the next match, Chris Jericho defeated Hook and Katsuyori Shibata with a
love Chris Jericho
bullshit interference from
fucking
the
absurd.
bounty hunter. He is. He's fucking absurd.
I remember last week. I remember last week.
Fucking pin drop when his fucking mask came off.
It's true.
I remember last week when you were both, there's no way Jericho will win, blah, 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 that he won. Like, I knew he was going to win. His character right now, it's one of the best characters he's had. It's fucking hilarious. It's on the point. It's great. His character is so amazing.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's just like, holy shit. Listening to him tonight, it was the same thing. I'm just like, he's amazing. He's fucking amazing. And you think he's gonna fall, and it's not gonna work, and da 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 da, and then boom, he hits a home run.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's totally fucking ridiculous. But it's Chris Jericho. What do you expect?
It's true. He has that ability. So the next match, Jon Moxley defeating Konosuke Takeshita in the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match.
Good match.
It was an awesome match. I'm not going to deny that. Why? Just fucking why? I just don't understand.
They both needed a match, and I don't know.
I mean, maybe it was a situation where they were gonna bring somebody else in, but they couldn't come out for some reason.
When is Takeshi going to get that moment where they actually fucking do something with him?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and we're not.
I don't feel like they're going
We're
to.
not pulling the trigger.
I think DDT is the one that's going to pull the trigger.
Yeah, he's been in a holding pattern. Like he's one of them where they could really easily make him one of their biggest stars.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. He's so good.
With just like 2-3 weeks of doing things.
He's a guy I look at and I think when his contract's up, he's going to go to WWE.
I don't think so.
I do. Because I think because he's publicly stated that he's frustrated with the company right now.
He's publicly stated that he is
not having
fun in America. And I don't think he's going to have any more fun in WWE. I think if he leaves AEW, he's going back to Japan. He might do NJPW. Maybe. He'll probably do DDT and or Noah.
That feels more likely to me than WWE.
They'll pay him a lot of money, though. We'll have to see.
The next match.
You started this, for the record. I didn't start this.
It's been happening. It's been going. We didn't start the fire. It's been always burning. We said John Moxley. Since the world's been turning. Since the world's been turning. Adam Copeland.
I think it's Phil's fault.
Defeated Malachi Black. Chicago Phil. Not Pepsi Phil. We can get into that in another show.
Pepsi Phil, yeah.
What the fuck? Like, this match was insane.
That spot off the top of the cage where he broke his fucking ankle looked shitty. I don't know why they did that.
That was like
it was a bad spot.
Like he misjudged his jump and realized it immediately and decided that landing on his feet was better than landing on his face. Best I can tell.
Fair.
It was not.
Jesus, that was fucking hideous.
He just dropped. Like
I don't know why Copeland won. I don't know why we did all the shit we did with Malachi. Gangrel was cool.
Mm-hmm.
The music was cool. It was good. It was a good match. It was weird. It had a lot of blood. It had a lot of cool stuff in it. Like, I was impressed with it. But that spot was just stupid, and it looked like shit, and he's hurt. Yeah. So it's like the worst combination you could possibly have.
Yeah.
One of my tiny little thing, but one of my favorite things about the match was when it looked like Buddy and Brody were siding with Copeland, and the way Black sold it. Like, he looked so hurt and betrayed. It was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The psychology in that match was incredible, but between all those guys, all those guys have really good psychology.
That's true.
That felt like an Attitude Era, like, spooky segment, like from like the Ministry of Darkness or whatever. It was good. Like, that whole thing was good. I thought it was really good, but that one spot in the match just kind of made me go, oof.
In the moment where Buddy Matthews and Brody King went over to Edge's side. Sorry, Copes. I looked at that and I was like, there's no way they're doing it right now. And then I thought, what if they were like judging the crowd reaction? Like, what if they're doing that to see what the crowd thinks so they know what to do next? I think Edge taking over House of Black would be amazing, because I think you would get an unhinged Malachi Black that we've never seen before. I think seeing the vulnerability in Malachi Black these last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long they've been building up this match, has made him so much better.
They need to do something.
I wouldn't mind seeing him be a little more desperate, a little more aggressive, rather than always sitting back and, cryptic promo,
and then he just
beat you up and then lose the fucking feud.
Yeah,
spooky stuff.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the spooky stuff. It's just that it never goes anywhere with him, and it makes me sad, because it should, because he's really fucking good.
If you like the spooky stuff so much, how come you didn't like Mordecai?
If you will recall, I really wanted to like Mordecai.
I did like Mordecai.
I really did. I really wanted to like him.
That match he had with Bob Hardcore Holly was at least -6 stars, not -8. What was next?
Boy,
Mercedes Moné defeating Willow Nightingale. for
match.
the AEW TBS Championship. Amazing match. Like I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but like
Willow had to lose.
I am with you, Leon. I wanted Willow to hold the title forever and ever and ever.
Forever.
However, I think that they are moving other characters forward by doing this.
Yeah,
because otherwise it's kind of stagnant.
I know.
And I don't know what they're going to do with Willow. I think the only thing I can think is that maybe she's just hurting, and so they're giving her some time off. Bring her back on TV in 3 months, and then LFG.
Yeah. I think she's moving right into a fucking. She's going at stat.
I could see that. Yeah, absolutely.
The potential of that match to be an absolute fucking banger is off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I look forward to it.
It's only that's only very, very slightly below my wanting of Willow and Hater.
Mm-hmm.
I will gladly accept that in the meantime.
Again, that's like a situation where they have all of these contenders, not contenders, but like people who can fight Willow. They have all of these people who they can set up. Hater, so on and so forth. I think it's awesome. The next match, Swerve Strickland defeating Christian Cage for the AEW World Championship.
Enjoyed this match, but again, it was one of those ones where you knew who was going to win.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean the match.
Yeah, the ending was never really in question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was a good match. It was fun. Christian's a great heel. This was just a good match. It was basic. It was in kind of how
everybody played their parts really well.
Yeah.
It was a very Christian match. Which
can't say anything bad about it.
There's nothing wrong with that. Agreed. What did I say about it?
Agreed.
Oh, I appreciated the crowd chanting "Ref, you suck." I don't remember what for, but I appreciated it.
The crowd was pretty good here.
Yes.
What was next?
Anarchy in arena in Anarchy in the arena. Fucking
this match
bonkers.
Was every fucking time they do one of these, it's the same thing. It's like, well, last year was crazy. There's no way they can do something crazy this year. And every fucking time they do it. My favorite Taz line of the night, Leon, is this. Bryan Danielson gets the microphone and says, "Turn this shit off." Wants the music off. Play the greatest theme song ever. War Machine? That was the fucking line of the night.
I love that line.
Popped me. That popped me so much.
I was too busy enjoying Brian's line to hear Taz.
Yeah, no, that was fucking...
And then, what was it, Nicholas gets on the mic, he's like, "Turn this shit off! It costs us $200,000 a play! Can't afford that!"
Put it here.
My guesstimation right now is that
good.
the reason they moved off of Jane back to Where Is My Mind for Orange is money, because I'm sure they're paying shitloads of money for Jane. Because Jane's a way bigger song by a way bigger band.
I mean, maybe, but also I think they're indicating a change in mood for him. I think it's a little bit of both.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, that's something they tend to do. Like, they change theme songs. They backtrack theme songs when they're trying to change the mood of what a character is.
Craziest thing in this match, Jack Perry gets started on fire. Fucking wild.
Excuse me, I got a question here.
Yeah.
I need to know, was it real fire?
I was just going to say Pepsi Phil probably was mad because it was real fire.
It was paper fire.
I didn't know if it was real fire. He did not say.
We don't use real fire. We don't use real fire here. We're pros. It's like we don't use real glass. Back in my day, I did a match with the John Cena. And
I can't help but think that this Jack Perry run is just like Tony Khan and Jack Perry bitching about CM Punk and then making it into a storyline. Because they keep making nods to this, like the whole backstage stuff. The one that I really love right now is that he's driving around in the bus, and CM Punk, like during his last like year in WWE before he took the hiatus, he was like, he had a bus, and they talked about having a bus all the time.
I think the bus is because he hit Darby with it.
Well, yes, but it could have been a car. It could have been a truck. They picked a bus for a reason. Like, I don't think Jack Perry...
Darby got hit by a bus.
I mean, that's fair, too. Yeah. Fair. Actually, I hadn't thought of that.
And then there's the whole metaphorical thing about throwing somebody under a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Also true.
Jack Perry's run's great. I think he's kind of hitting his stride. The Punk thing could have ended his career, but I think it's doing the opposite. I think it's kind of helping him. He's getting his motivation.
And that's another thing. Like I keep looking at this. Like the moment
the further we get away from that incident,
well,
the more muddied it becomes, and the more it becomes. People forget about it and remember it in different ways.
Yes, but I
think that's helping them.
I keep coming back to the line that Punk said during that altercation. Why do you keep doing stupid internet shit? Jack Perry is doing stupid internet shit right now. And he's off the fucking charts. Like, he's doing amazing fucking work because he's making nods to the fans and he's doing amazing shit because of it. Like, you're wrong, Punk. You were wrong. You're wrong.
It's a medium that he does not fully understand, and it's a medium that in 2011 he embraced. Mm-hmm. But now it's kind of passed him by, and I think he's frustrated with that.
Well, he embraced it well before then because he was like the internet. He was known as the internet darling. Like that was Triple H's line for him, and that's how he got into WWE. And now the internet doesn't like him anymore, and it makes him cranky.
Well, that's not true.
Well, not all the internet.
A sect of the internet still worships him. 1/3 of the show is part of that. So like based on this, 1/3 of the country or the internet still loves him and follows him like a god.
Actually,
this match is good. Darby getting hung upside down was also
stupid.
Fucking insane.
No, I thought it was
fucking
stupid.
Insane.
Like they did the super kick, that was cool, but it was just obnoxious. Go ahead.
Seeing as how it was 3 days after the 25th anniversary of Over the Edge, and Martha was in the house, if that part felt tasteless.
That's a very good point. I did not know that.
Yeah, I saw a snippet about that, and then while I was watching it, I looked it up. She was there.
I'm going to disagree with that. I'm going to disagree with that. If they would have brought him down from the ceiling and like raced him super high, fine. They just put him up like he was no higher than a ladder, and he was safer because they actually had him harnessed in. You know, I don't think that's fair.
I don't think they had him harnessed in. I think it was just a
No. They had shit on his feet that they hooked up so he wouldn't fall. That's why it took him forever to get those things on.
Okay.
Just the imagery of it, I was kind of cringing at.
It's a fair read. Yeah.
Obviously, I don't speak for everybody. It was just knowing those other bits of it. It didn't feel real great to me. I mean, the visual is cool, but goddamn, those other things with it is. Ugh.
See, I didn't like the visual of it.
But it did bring up one of my favorite chants of the night was "Please help Darby."
Oh, that was a good chant.
That was an amazing chant.
This crowd was amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, they did great, dude. I mean, LA crowds throughout sports kind of get a bad rep, and it's not undeserved. But they fucking came through last night or Sunday night, whatever.
Mm-hmm. One little thing for me, I wrote down FTR Bald's gear looks a lot like Ishii's, and I don't know if that was intentional. But I would love to see those two fight at Forbidden Door. I think that would be a great match.
Yeah,
that'd be good. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with Forbidden Door. Mm-hmm. Very curious.
Yeah, because they're already stacking up matches, and I appreciate that. That's good.
Well, it's only 4 weeks out.
That's true. Well, shit, yeah, that's true.
Crazy. Crazy.
That was it. That was the whole thing. I didn't watch the media scrum.
It was fun.
I'm sure some crazy shit happened in the media scrum. I think
the media scrum was pretty timid this time, from what I saw.
I heard Timeless Tony Storm did something, but
hers was probably good. I haven't seen hers yet.
Yeah, hers is always good. She's fucking crazy. I love her.
Calling out fucking Wendy Richter.
Who accepted, by the way?
No, she can't because she's under a Legends contract. WWE won't approve it.
Oh, well, but she accepted. WWE might not approve it. You are correct. You are probably correct about that. But she was on, what was she on, Ringside Gear or something? Some podcast, and she's like, if they pay me enough money, yeah, I'll kick her ass.
Good show.
Mm-hmm.
True.
My one, okay, I have to say this real quick.
Okay, no outro.
The camera work at the beginning was really fucking nauseating. Yeah. Because they didn't have it figured out who they were following yet or something, so they were constantly doing this with the camera. I almost threw up. That's all.
Yeah, that was...
Oof.
And then they figured it out. And I made... That was good. Okay. I also want to point out, this is not about this match. It's more about Jack Perry. Actually, Priscilla's on Leon's side. She agrees with him. She's a big CM Punk fan. We have arguments about it all the time. It's really fucking irritating, actually.
Priscilla's a real one.
Outro.
Outro.
Oh, I have to say more shit. This has been the BREWDCAST. I am Gal. This is Leon. This is Town. And now we're gonna go. Bye.